Namaskaram to all of you. Having done with Atma Samyama Yogam as part of our discussions, introspection on understanding verse by verse in Bhagavad Gita, we have completed chapter 6 Atma Samyama Yogam. Now today we are here to continue with the chapter 7 Jnana Vijnana Yoga. The Jnana Vijnana Yogam, having done with the reconciling of the self, understanding the self as Krishna, as he is the Atma, Jivatma, prevail in each one living being, we found that those who can see are the highest Yoga Rudha level. And after all these thoughts, now how Bhagavan is going to drive us through bhakti in the next few chapters 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now 6 chapters. The whole Bhagavad Gita is like that. 1 to 6 is one bunch, which is karma, jnana, sankhya, knowledge, etc. are important. Now 7 to 12 are full of bhakti. So to attract Arjuna or attract every bhakta towards Krishna, now he will introduce himself as not a normal person. He has done it earlier like some hints, but the whole chapter is going to be on that. That is why it is called a Jnana Vijnana Yoga, in which the absolute knowledge, understanding Krishna as a director of the whole story, is what we are going to see through all the verses. So Jnana Vijnana Yoga has got 30 slokas. The whole 30 slokas non-stop is by Bhagavan himself. What he wants to tell all of us is he is the absolute truth, he is the supreme truth, he is the sustaining force both in material and spiritual world, the inner energy and the external substances in which form you can see all the Panchabhutas, and also is the cause for the gunas inside all of us, and he is also the cause for the state of mind like Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. All that is what we are going to see. But as he has done earlier up to chapter 6, Bhagavan is going to say that only pious, wise, wisdom, elevated, the advanced soul, Atma, such bhaktas who surrenders to me totally, only can visualize me. The rest of the impious souls, the lower, those will only see the materialistic world around, and they cannot be raised to the higher level. They always live in the objective world. That is what Bhagavan wanted to tell us. So the wisdom with all the real knowledge which manifests himself as the absolute reality, the ultimate truth, to know the God himself as an ultimate knowledge, is what the first 1 to 7 slokas. Let us go through sloka by sloka in detail. Sloka number 1. Sri Bhagavanuvāca Mayyāsaktamana Partha Yogam Yujjanmadasrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Nasasya Nasyasi Tatsrunu. Sri Bhagavanuvāca Mayyāsakta Mana Partha. Maya asakta mana partha yogam yujjanmadasraya asamshayam samagram mam yatha nasyasi tatsrunu. Here, as you will know from me, as I am going to explain to you, you can know me completely free from all doubt. With the full bhakti inside you, I am going to explain who am I to you. Now listen. I am going to explain who am I to you. That is what Bhagavan clearly explained. Here, Maya Sakta Mana Partha. To me, Asakta, with the kind of attachment which you have, Arjuna, the son of Partha, what you should do? Yogam Yujjan Madasraya. Yogan Yujjan, the person who is a yogi, who get into that state of mind, and Yujjan, who practices it, Madasraya, Mad Asraya, surrendering to me, who practices, Asamshayam Samagram Mam, Asamshayam, free from all the doubt, completely, Samagram, fully, they will know me. Yatha jasyasi, how they shall know totally. How they will know? Tatsrunu, listen to me. That is the method to know. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Saktamana Partha Yogam Yujjanmadasraya Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Nasyasi Tatsrunu. To know me, listen to me perfectly, surrendering to me 100%. That is what Bhagavan says. Now, having done this, now he explains what are there in the world where he is not there. What can exist without his presence? That is what Bhagavan is going to explain. Sloka number 2. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vikshyamya sheshataha yatnatva neha bhuyo anyat nadavya avashishyate. Nothing remains. Avashishyate. Nadavyam avashishyate. Nothing can be known which is balance, remains in this world as what? Bhuyo anyat. Further anything else which cannot be identified, which cannot be seen with all the wisdom and the knowledge. If you look at it, then you will know the fully everything around you with my presence, as I am going to explain to you. So this is like an intro to what Bhagavan is going to explain, the first 2 slokas. Jnanam teham, knowledge, and te aham, the come to me, know me, savijnanam, with my vijnanam, with my wisdom. Know with my wisdom. That means your eyes have to have that to visualize Bhagavan. Then you can see. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand even after this chapter is over. Idam vakshyamya sheshataha. All that I am going to vakshyamya, the full knowledge, vakshyami, the full knowledge. I am going to reveal you asheshataha. Without leaving some balance, I am going to reveal to you the total thing. That is what I am going to do. Idam vakshyamya sheshataha. I am not going to leave anything balance. The whole knowledge I am going to give you. Whole knowledge we are going to get from this chapter. But having told this, again Bhagavan will expand it in further. Because the whole Vishwarupa Darshanam is going to be much more involved. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam is going to be much more involved. At this level, if you are going step by step, each step is important. That all will lead to the higher steps. Only if you complete this step, you can go to the next step. So we are on the 7th step. We have to go up to 18 steps. So here what you are supposed to know, with your vision clear, you know everything. So that will become beautiful for you. As you go higher and higher, your visibility will increase. And you will know much more. Yaj Natva Neha Bhuyo Anyat. That knowledge, having known, Natva, known, Neha, nothing else in the world, Bhuyo Anyat, which is left for knowing. At what stage? This stage, not in the further stage. So these are all absolute knowledge, absolute until now. Ejnatva neha bhuyo anyat nadavyama avashishyate. Beautiful to the extreme end. Nanam teham savitnanam idam vakshyam asheshataha. Ejnatva neha bhuyo anyat nadavyam avashishyate. Nothing else remains in this world to know if you are going to learn this. That is what Bhagavan says. But with the what bhavam? With the full devotion bhavam, we must learn. Now, sloka number 3. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti sattadaha yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti sattadaha. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatadi siddhaye. Manushyanam sahasreshu. So many thousands and thousands of people. That means innumerable number of people are there. But do you think everyone will get this knowledge? He says only 1 out of 1,000 will get. Kaschit yatadi siddhaye. Only very few. 1 out of 1,000. Because there are many thousands. So he says a very few. Someone who strives to the perfection. Who can strive that, they will only know. How many will strive for knowing? Kaschit yatati siddhaye. How many people will get into that siddhi, that avastha, that state, that status, that step on which you can visualize what Bhagavan is explaining here? 1 out of 1,000. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. Only very few will get that siddhi to know Bhagavan out of thousands of people. Yatatam api siddhanam. To those who strives, yatatam api, those people who strive for that, siddhanam, to achieve the perfection, those who want to achieve the perfection, kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Knowing me, who knows me, who can understand me, who can listen to me, who can reach me, who can take me inside them, kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. That truth they can learn. That means full devotion. Not everyone can do. Those who are listening Bhagavad Gita, everybody don't understand the essence of it. Maybe lines by lines you can by heart. But getting into the knowledge, getting into Bhagavan, 1 out of 1,000 will get. It needs that status. What is that status? Very simple. You don't require good brain, good logic. That was up to 6th chapter. Now Bhagavan says from 7th onwards, you take me inside you. Then whatever I am saying, you will understand. Whatever is in the world created by me, you will understand. What is there which is left out? That is what the earlier sloka says. He says nothing is left in this world other than what I created. What is that is with me. What is that you can know is left out in this world from these lessons which I am going to give you. That means what? You know everything out of that. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam abhisiddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Wonderful. This is where the apara prakriti, the material energy of Bhagavan is going to be declared. This as an extension we can see when we look at the Vishwarupa Darshanam. All this is like an introduction to Vishwarupa Darshanam with the total bhakti reaching into that. That will take longer, another 5-6 chapters. Now here, sloka number 4. Bhumirapo analo vayu gham mano buddhirevacha ahankara idiyam me bhinna prakritirashthada. 8 ashtadha. 8 are comprising this world. Which are the 8 comprising? The Panchabhutam. Then what is consumed in us by all the Panchendriya? By looking at it, analysis happens in the mind, manas, and the earlier data which we had for comparison, logic, reasoning, buddhi, and the me within me, who think that I am the person who is seeing everything, I am the person who created rice, I am the person who created ghee. With that bhava we do yatna. That ego, the false ego. So one is Panchabhuta. Then next manas, buddhi, and the me, the myself, the thought of myself. It is mine, it is mine, it is mine. That thought. All that together, which is the inferior nature knowledge. The lowest knowledge which all of us have. The chemistry, physics, psychology, philosophy, everything what we know. That all is the materialistic plus the mind, process, intelligence, and the false ego which we have. I am learning, my examination, my job, my food. That concept, very inferior nature in this world. That is what Bhagavan is going to say. These are the materialistic energies, but I am there. Bhagavan says, I am there in that. Sloka number 4, that is what he says. Bhumi rapo analo vayu. Bhumi, earth. Then analo, agni. Vayu, jalam. Kham, akasham. Mano, manas. Buddhi, revacha, etc. Plus ahangaram. And ahangaram. Ahangaram is false ego. Not the normal knowing self is not. Idiyam me, all these together are bhinna prakritirashtadha. All these separate things are all the lowermost energy level nature where I am there. I created. It's all due to me. Bhumi, apam, alanam. Then vayu, akasham, manam, buddhi, revacha, ahankara, itiyam, me, bhinna, prakritirashthatha. All these separated material energies at the lowest level are all from me. And I am the person who created. I am the cause for all this. That's what Bhagavan says. Bhumi, rapo, analo, vayu, kham, mano, buddhi, revacha, ahankaramidiyam me, bhinna, prakritirashthatha. Now having said the lower level, now Bhagavan raises up to the next level. The superior energy of Bhagavan which exists were sustaining the universe, the higher level. Not the smaller materialistic, but the highest level which sustains the whole universe. The energy within all of them. The living entities. The struggling of the material nature is the lowest. But there is an energy which controls this struggling material. The inferior nature is controlled by something higher, which is called the superior energy. That bodham, the awareness in the universe, that is what I am. These are all introduction to the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshanam, which is going to come. So what is going to be explained in Sloka 5? Apareyami itah stvanyam apareyamidastvanyam prakritim vidhime param jiva bhutam mahabaho jiva bhutam mahabaho yadedam dharyate jagat, which is sustaining, which is controlling, which is holding the earth. That is the universe. That is the self-awareness universe. Jiva bhutam, that force which carries dharayate, this jagat, who is holding this jagat, that energy, the gravitational force, gravity between different planets and the universal gravity, the cosmology, the way in which the orbit is going, all that para prakriti, not this prakriti, para prakriti, the energy level is what is going to, this is what is under me, or I am the person behind all this. Know that also. So every material around this world and plus the whole world is also under me. Apareyamidasthanyam, inferior, the lowest apareyam, the inferior lowest idam. Beside that, sthanyam, another one. That is the first line. The earlier inferior one plus something more. Prakritim vidhime param. The energy of the whole superior energy. Jiva bhutam mahabaho. That is responsible for the whole jiva bhutam. Mahabaho, a mighty armed Arjuna. I am responsible for that. Edam dharyate jagat. By whom this is being controlled? Who is holding this? You know? Krishna says, that is me who is holding this. Apareyamidasthanyam apareyamidastvanyam prakritim vidhime param jiva bhutam mahabaho edam dharyate jagat. The whole consciousness under the universe is mine. That is what Bhagavan says. Now, sloka number 6. 5 is done, yeah. No, the 6th one. Edadyonini bhutani sarvanityupadharaya aham krishnasya jagataha prabhavaha pralayasthatha. Now, joining. Materialistic small things were told. The whole universal knowledge is told. That awareness is told. The Chaitanyam is told. And the Jadam, material is Jadam. Jadam is told and the Chaitanyam is told. Now joining together will give you the Prakriti, the real Prakriti. That is the Bhutani, every living being. The source of entire creation added together. That becomes the two duality. One is material, another one is energy. All the Panchabhutas, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, added together with the universal consciousness. Understanding that together at the highest level, join together. Then what you will know? Prabhavaha, pralayasthatha. The whole source is dissolution. Nothing exists if I am not there. Aham krishnasya jagataha. Very, very notable point, which says matter and energy together, it is me. Aham krishnasya jagataha. The entire universe is my creation. I exist in everything. I am the one who is everywhere. But I am not there in anywhere. Unless your consciousness keep me inside and then look at it, you will not be able to see me there. I am there in that, dissolved in it. But to know that I am there, you need an I, which is of bhakti. And that I must be controlled by the manas where I am residing. Edadyonini bhutani, whichever sources which earlier we learned as the lower and the higher one, the two sources, edadyonini, dyo, two different sources of energy and the matter which we learned, bhutani, all the living being, sarvanityubhadaraye, all that is there in the bhutani, every living being, sarvani, all the places everywhere, without that nothing is there. Abba. Now, atyubhadharaya, you understand that aham krishnasya jagataha, that is all with my control and my knowledge. I am the person who created all this. Prabhavaha, my presence and source is there. That is where I used the prabhavam. The starting is there. Pralayasthatha, until the end I will be there. That means without me nothing can survive. That is what Bhagavan says. Edadyonini bhutani sarvanityubha dharayaha aham krishnasya jagataha prabhava pralayastada. He says, I am the ultimate. So, sloka number 6 of chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yogam, which explains exactly who is Bhagavan. He is there everywhere. I am the cause for everything. I am the creator for everything. And without me, nothing exists. Now, sloka number 7. Matta paradaram nanyat. Matta paradaram nanyat. Kinjidasti dhananjaya. Mai sarvamidam prodam. Mai sarvamidam prodam. Sutre manigana iva. Sutre manigana iva. Matta parataram anyat. Matta parataram na anyat. Matta, than me. Parataram, superior. Na, not. Anyat, kinchit. Nothing else, anything else which can exist without my superior power inside that. No, Dhananjaya, the conqueror of the wealth. Why the name Dhananjaya is being called here? Dhananjaya is the conqueror of the whole wealth. Dhananjaya, the conqueror of the wealth in the world, I am telling you everything is mine and I belongs to everything. It's actually indirectly telling Dhananjaya, you cannot own anything because it's everything owned by me. To own everything, what is that you should do? Own me. That's indirectly putting Dhananjaya, who is the conqueror of the wealth. Dhanam, Jaicha, the Jaya, the person who successfully owned the Dhanam. The Jaya of Dhanam. I own everything. That is what Dhananjaya. And now Bhagavan says, it's all mine. Tokinjidasti, nothing else. There is nothing left without my presence inside. I am the superior person who owns everything. I am the creator. I am the survivor for this. Mai sarvamidham prodam. In me, everything exists. I exist in everything. Sutre manigana iva. As how? As a thread is putting all the pearls together to make an ornament. You may not see, but those who know the truth, they know no pearl can go after one after another without having a thread inside. So there are material, there are energy, and the material and energy put together makes the life. It can stay, it can create, it can survive. I and my son. No, I am only a tool. It is all Bhagavan's. With that bhavam you live in this world. That bhavam, when you look at, nothing will be yours. It's all Bhagavan's. It is not my son, my grandmother, my granddaughter, my grandchildren. Nothing will be there. Because everything belongs to the single universe force, Bhagavan. Understand, there is that thread which goes through every pearl. Every family, there is a thread which goes. That thread connects every family together. You and me, they are not different. Mine is yours, yours is mine. That thread is the Bhagavan. I go through all the pearls to connect them to make an ornament, a garland for you. Hey Arjuna, understand, I am that Sutram. Sutre, that thread. Sutre, Manigana Iva, all the collection of money, the pearls to connect, the Sutram. I am the Dhara. Matta Paradaram Nanyat. Kinchidanti Dhananjaya, Kinjidasti Dhananjaya, Mai Sarvamidam Protam, Sutre Manigana Iva. I am the glue, I am the force, I am the connecting particle. The molecules are connected to each other? No. Atom has got a nucleus and electrons around it? Yes. Why is it not going out? There is an energy. Who is giving that energy to that atom? God only knows. There are planets and then satellites going around it. All the planets go around the sun. In a specific speed it revolves and rotates. Who has given that torque and energy? God only knows. That energy which the universe has, that energy the atom has. Yada pinde, pindam is atom. Tada brahmande. The whole brahmanda and the pinda. The whole universe and the atom. Same consciousness. Same awareness. That ability. Who is the connecting force? Bhagavan is the connecting force. That is what Bhagavan says here. Matta paradaram nanyat kinjidasti dhananjaya mahi sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Sloka number 8. Resoham apsu kaundeya. Resoham apsu kaundeya. Now have up to 7 is actually a wisdom, knowing God, ultimate knowledge, etc. etc. Now explicitly 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Next 5 slokas. Bhagavan is going to tell I am there in every aspects, not in the creation, the survival, the whole universe. How indirectly and directly I am there in everything, every action which you do, every thoughts which you have, how I am influencing. God is everywhere. That is what Bhagavan is going to tell from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is what is going to happen. So, sloka number 8 to 12, the objects, the causes, reasons, the interference, the inherence, the harmony, the coherence, anything is there, good and bad. Everything I am there. Action wise, the operational aspects, the functional aspects I am there. That's what Bhagavan says. Reso, sloka number 8. Resoha mapsu kaundeya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranava sarvavedeshu shabdakhe paurusham nrushu. Where I am there? Everywhere in energy form I am there. Every material I am there. Now looking at the functional aspects, how you can perceive me. Think how is it happening? Why is it happening? Like just now what I said, the electrons have got a awareness to rotate. The planet has got an awareness to be on the orbit. Look at what is that force. That is that Sarvavyapi. Everywhere that is existing. Look inside and then find out who is that. Bhagavan says, everything I am there. Resoha mapsu kaundeya. I am there, me, in water. As the taste. But do water has taste? Yeah, water has taste. What is water taste? If you are really thirsty, you will know the taste of water. Otherwise, what is the water taste? In apple, the water taste is the juice taste. Apple without juice, can't even imagine. So what is the water taste? In apple, The water content gives the apple taste. Otherwise, apple has no taste. So, what is actually taste here? Apple is not a taste here if water is not there. The water juice content inside the apple or orange gives the taste for each of the fruits. So, what is the taste of water? Most tastiest thing in the world is water. But it has to exist in the right place, in the right form, in the right direction. Who is that keeping that? Bhagavan. Rasam. That is why it is called rasam, taste. Reso aha mapsu kaundeya. Apsu in water. In water, I am the taste kaundeya. That means every fruits in the world given taste by Bhagavan. Kaundeya. Oh, my son of Kundi. Now with love. Because rasam is coming. Taste is coming. No? So he has become closer to him. Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayo. Both sun and the moon. Moon and the sun. Shashi and Surya. Both has got a prabha. The glittering radiance, light, energy, source, beauty. Who is giving that? It is me. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. Veda, every chanting you will keep listening to the first Om Pranavam. Om Burbhuva Swaha. Om, without that nobody can chant Burbhuva Swaha. So every mantra which you have, every Vedic chanting, every knowledge which starts with Om, I am the starter. I am the Pranavam which is existing in every Vedic chanting knowledge. Shabda, K. K is space. Kham, space department. I am from Kham department, space department. K, space. Shabdaha, sound in the space. The space has got sound. Not even in the atmosphere. Even in the upper atmosphere there is sound. Even when the planet goes around there is a sound. Even from the electrons which goes around a neutron there is a sound. Everywhere there is space, there is sound. So that sound is me. Paurusham Nrushu, the ability of a person, that ability, that energy, that creativity is me. So what else is required? Resopa, Reso ahamapsu, Reso hamapsu, Kaundeya, Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayo, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu, Shabda Ke Paurusham Nrushu. In all this, you can see me. Who can see? If you are a higher soul. If you are a lower soul, you will not be able to see all this. Now, sloka number 9. Punyo Gandha Pradivyamcha Tejas Chasmi Vibhavasau Jivanam Sarvabhudeshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu. Where else I am existing? I am existing in the few more things. And etc. etc. He says everything is where I am there. Everywhere I am there. But you cannot see me everywhere. I am not involved in anything. But it is all due to me. I am the creator. But still explanation. This is where we have a doubt whether Krishna himself explained all this to Arjuna. Or maybe Vyasa added. Not even Vyasa. Vyasas added. Many more other people also would have been added. Punyo Gandha Pradivyamja. Punyo Gandha Pradivyamja. The smell of earth. The smell of earth is the more. That is what is. The smell means it is of earth. All the material, all that which comes from earth has got a smell. Where that smell comes from? From the earth. So which is the source for smell? Earth. And that earth, who gives the smell? It is me. So every smell in the world, Bhagavan is giving. Tejas Sasmi Prabhavasau. For every Prabhava, fire, that has got a brilliance. The brilliant, glittering fire, spark. That beauty I am giving. Jivanam Sarva Bhudeshu. In every living being, there is a life. I am the person who is giving life. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu, in every living being, life is given by me. Tapaschasmi tapasvishu. That ability of tapas. What is that tapas ability? I don't want. That ability for a tapasi. The penance. That ability to do penance. Sarva moksham from the materialistic world for a tapasi, for a saint who is giving. I am giving. Tapaschasmi tapasvishu. Punyo gandha pradivyam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasau. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. All that is due to me. All that is because of me. From me only this comes. Now, sloka number 10. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. You know, now the sprouting, the intellect glory of Bhagavan is being explained further and further. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam Vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhimadam asmi. Buddhir buddhimadam asmi. Tejas tejasvinamaham. Tejas tejasvinamaham. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. In every living being there is a bijam. There is a seed. Without a seed, no creation is possible. That bijam is me. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. For every living being, there is a seed requirement. That seed is me. Vidhi partha sanatanam. Know this, my partha. Not now. For some living being, eternally unstoppable. From Chirapuradhanam to Nityanudanam. From time immemorial to the present. It's all because of me. Anything creation happened, I am the reason for that. Vidhi partha sanatanam. Buddhir buddhimadamasmi. Buddhir buddhimadamasmi. If somebody is using brilliance, intelligent, his intelligence is me for an intelligent person. I am that intelligence which is remained or staying in somebody's brain to make him intelligent. I am the intelligence in the intelligence. Buddhi buddhimadamasmi. Tejas tejasvinamaham. The splendor, the light, the splendid people, the glittering, glareful people. He is a tejasvi. He has got great glare. In that glare, why he is getting glare? Because I am there inside him. Tejas tejasvinamaham. I am there. Buddhi buddhimadamasmi. Tejat tejasvinamaham. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam. Vidhi partha sanatanam. Buddhir buddhimadamasmi. Tejat tejasvinamaham. What a great poetry. What a great method of explaining things. The beauty in which it is written. The comparison in which it is written. The superlative degree in which he himself is explaining him. Wow, great. Now, 11th sloka. Balam balavatam chaham. Balam balavatam chaham. Among all the strength, I am the strength. He is going on now. Balam balavatam asmi. Kamaraga vivarjitam. Dharma viruddho bhudeshu. Kamosmi bharadarshabha. It's so beautiful. Balam balavatam asmi. For a strong person, the strength is me. Kamam raga vivarjitam. How he gets the strength? With kamam raga vivarjitam. Without desire, without passion. That is the strength. That is what Bhagavan says. The Shreyas, strength, The yoga rudha who gets that is the best strength. So, kama raga vivarjitam. That strength in a strong person is me. Then the next question, kamam ragam is also one of the desire. Bhagavan is there or not? Bhagavan is there also. Dharma aviruddho bhudeshu. Dharma viruddho bhudeshu. What sort of kamam ragam? Dharma aviruddho bhudeshu. In all being which is conflicting the dharma. Dharma viruddho bhudeshu. With the dharmic method, kamam ragam is good because Arjuna is actually loved by Krishna. There is a love between Arjuna and Krishna. That's a good love. That is with the dharmic. Dharma aviruddho. If there is something existing which is against conflicting the dharma, aviruddham, viruddham. That kamosmi bharadarshabha. With that good desire, if there is a desire, love. That love is there. I am there in that. Therefore, I am the reason for love in this world. I am the reason for ragam, kamam. With all that, in that level, highly spiritual level, not in the lust level, without conflicting dharma. Balam balavatam chaham. Balam balavatam. Kamam raga vivarjitam. Balam balavatam asmi. Kamam raga vivarjitam. There are two versions. Balam balavatam asmi. 11th sloka. Balam balavatam asmi. Balam balavatam chaham. Kamaraga vivarjitam. Balavam balavadam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam. Dharma viruddho bhudeshu. Kamosmi bharadarshabha. Kamosmi bharadarshabha. I am the love in the pure dharmic love. What else is required? Is there everywhere. Now sloka number 12. Ye chaiva sattvika bhava. Rajasasthama sascha ye matta eveti tan vidhi natvaham teshu te mayi. Ye chaiva sattvika bhava. And listen, sattvigam, rajasikam, tamasikam. There are three states. Something we think it is good, something we think is not that good, something we think it is bad. Sattvigam is more spiritual, Rajasikam is more violent and anger sort of a thing, and Tamasikam is totally lazy. E chaiva sattvika bhava. In that sattvika bhavam, God exists. That is what we say. But Bhagavan says, Sattvigam, Rajasikam, Tamasikam, everywhere I am there. If anybody has got this state of materialistic existence with the gunam, which is divided into three, which we will learn much further and better in the chapter 14, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam. But as an introduction, it is given here. In that sattvika bhavam, I am there. Rajasasma sachaya. Rajasa sthama sa cha ye. Rajasa, rajasikam, sthas, tamasa, scha, and tamasam. Rajasa, tamasa, scha, ye. As in that, whatever is sattvic, tamasic, rajasic, everywhere, matta evedi tanvindhi. Everywhere you can see me. I am there in everywhere. Matta evedi tanvidhi. Nat tvaham teshu te mayi. But I am not involved in any of these activities. With that, though I am inside, I am not making them active. It is their own inner activity which makes. That means Rajasic, Tamasic, Sattvic, everything is there in everywhere, in everyone. But which comes out depends on whether you have kept Bhagavan inside. If you keep Bhagavan inside, Sattvigam will become prominence. If you keep that less Sattvigam will be there, the rest will be filled by Rajasikam and Tamasik. That is why 33 crores of God. 33 crores is not crores in terms of number. In mathematics, crores, kodi. Kodi means percentage. 33 percentage Bhagavan is there. So Rajasikam, Tamasikam, Sattvigam, 33, 33, 33. One third. But whether we want to increase this 1/3 to higher level Sattvik, then we become more godly. That is what Bhagavan says. It's up to you. Ye chaiva sattvika bhava rajasas tamasaschaiva ye matta eveditan vidhi natveham teshu te mayi. Now 13th sloka. Tribhir gunamair bhavai. Tribhir gunamair bhavai. 13 onwards, it is more on the nature part of it, the guna bhava. This makes you more and more devotees. That is what Bhagavan says with this. Tribhir gunamair bhavai rebhi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabhijanati mamebhya paramavyayam. Trigunair bhavai. Tribhir, all the three different modes of bhavam. Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas. All these bhavam. Rebhi, Sarvamidam, Jagat. Every living being in this world, you can visualize it. Mohidam, Nabhi Janati. With confusion, without knowledge, without understanding, Mohitam. With deluded mind, with over desire, na abhijanati, without knowing me, na abhijanati, without knowing me, what will happen? Mamebhya paramavyayam. People get confused into this and they get into that confusion where they don't understand these differences in the Jagat. These are all three modes of Maya, which is existing, which I am there. But you must have a good eye to understand, delude them, segregate them and understand. That's absolute knowledge. Tribhir gunamai bhavai rebhi sarvamidam jagat. In the whole world it is existing. Mohidam nabhijanati. With all the unwanted desire, without understanding distinctly, with all these, the gunas, the result out of it, mamebhya paramavyayam. They don't see the superior impact which I am going to get and make them an imperishable paramavyayam. The eternal truth they don't understand. They don't get to know me. If they get to know me, they will be able to distinctly see them and then choose what they want. But I am not there. I am only the cause for all this. Tribhir gunamair bhavai rebhi sarvamidam jagat mohidam nabhijanati mamebhya paramavyayam. Now sloka number 40. Devi hyesha gunamai mama maya duryatyaya mameva ye prabhadyande maya me tam tarandite maya me tam tarandite maya me tam tarandite. This maya tarandi, you can cross over. I will help you to cross over this maya of triguna. Sattva, Tamo, Rajaguna is confusing. You want to cross that? Untouchable with all these, any of these guna? Come with me. I will help you to cross this. Devi Hesha Gunamai. Divide that and then find out which gives you Devi Bhavam. Devi Hesha Gunamai. Among the three nature, which is Devi. Mama Maya Duryatyaya. With the difficult to overcome, without able to, you are not able to understand. then come to me, surrender to me with my help. My Maya will help you to understand that Maya. Mameva ye prabadyante. Only one person can take you to cross this. That is me. Mameva, only me. Ye prabadyante, surrender only to me. That is the only method to understand Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, and choose Sattvic in your way. That is the only, all the gunas are good, but they are all Maya. But to cross that, to surrender to me, that is the best method. So, I am not there, but then I can help you to surrender, to cross this, because I am not untouchable. Like what? Padmapatram. Though he is residing inside water, he is like a lotus leaf which will not touch that. I am there inside forever. So for me, I can take you across this. Devi Heshya Gunamayi Mama Maya Durityaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Maya Medam Tarandime. Now, 15th sloka. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Namam dushkrito dushkritino mudha. Namam dushkritino mudha. Prapadyante naradhama. Maya ya pahruta nana. Maya ya pahruta nana. Asuram bhavamasrita. Na mam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhama. Mayaya pahruta na. Mayaya pahruta nana. Asuram bhavamasritaha. Na mam dushkritino mudha. The evil people, what will happen to them? They will not come to me. Earlier Bhagavan said, you want to cross this Maya? Come to me. But what will happen to these Mudha fellows, ignorant fellows, lower level fellows who are not able to understand my ways, the way what I am explaining? If you are not able to understand, you are a Mudha. Dushkritino Mudha. Namam Dushkritino Mudha. Those evil fellows will not be able to understand me. Prabadyante naradhama. Surrendering is not possible. What will happen to them? They are naradhama, those who are lazy fellows. So they are already in the full of tamasika bhava, naradhaman. Their nature itself is that, totally in that state. Prabadyante naradhama, mayayava hridatnana. Their hridayam is full of that materialistic nature, and the world, the intellect is not working. They will not think. They will become ajnanis. With all that, without having sufficient knowledge in the delusion, they will get surrender to that. Asuram bhavamasrita. Maximum from that tamasic nature, they slightly get into Asuram. Asuram bhavamasrita. They may surrender to Asrita bhavam. Which bhavam? Asura bhavam. Their asritam is Asura bhavam. So only two nature. They exist totally in Tamasikam with slight surrender to Asura bhavam. This is what is going to happen. Because Mudha, lazy, Naradhama, that means they are already in that lowest level. Which is the lowest level? Tamasika. From there, they get Asrayam to Asura Bhavam. When they get Asura Bhavam, they think, yeah, I know everything. That we will know in the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam. Bhagavan is going to explain what mistake these Asuris people do. That is the people who do Upavasa but tell 100 people that they are doing Upavasa. The actual Sattvic people will do Upavasa but they don't tell anybody else. Why? Because the origin is in Asura Bhava. So this is the distinction. Na mam dushkritino mudha prabadyante naradhama mayaya pahrita nana Asuram bhavamasrita. Asuram bhavamasrita. This completes sloka 15. Now from 16 onwards we will continue tomorrow. Namaskaram to each one of you for joining. I hope this is getting enjoyment because we are getting Bhagavan inside us. I am really enjoying and I am able to visualize what Bhagavan is trying to say. I hope I am able to translate with little sound and words to you. Namaskaram.